Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 3, coordinate geometry. In this chapter we will learn about the Cartesian system, and in this Cartesian system how can we plot the numbers in x-axis as well as y-axis. How many parts are there in a Cartesian plane, and what is the name of each of the parts of a Cartesian plane. All this we'll learn in this video. Student, today we are going to start new chapter, that is coordinate geometry. So first we'll see about Cartesian system. So in a Cartesian system you'll find that an axis which comprises of x and the other axis comprises of y. Okay, and when both x and y intersect at a point 0, they intersect at a point 0 and they form this type of graph. So that is our Cartesian system. Some basic things that you have already learned about number line in number systems, correct? So in a number line you will find there is a point 0, and that 0 we call it as origin. Okay, on the right hand side of 0 you will find some values with positive numbers, and all the values are having equal distance. So here we can see one unit distance, such as 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and it goes on. On the left hand side you will find it has got all negative values and they are all equidistant from each other. That means they are on same distance. Under the Cartesian system you will find this number lines has got two different axes. One we call it as x-axis and the other one is y-axis. So in x-axis you will find it has got a origin, and on right hand side it has got all the positive values, and in left hand side it has got all the negative values. Whereas y-axis you can see it as vertical. You understood? It shows a vertical line, y-axis, whereas x-axis shows horizontal. Correct? It shows what? Horizontal line. And y-axis vertical. Correct? And here also has got 0 as origin. And from 0 upward you will find all the positive values. And below of 0 you will find all the negative values. Understood? So the axis which has got all positive values, we can name it as y, and with all negative values we can put it as y dash. Correct? Y dash. Whereas in x-axis, where all the positive values are there, we can name it as x, and with all the negative values of the axis we can write it as x dash. Next you see, when both the axes will combine at a point or they intersect at a point, and the point of contact, origin we can call it. So this is the origin. You understood? Now we can name it as what? Origin. So 0 is the origin. Understood? X-axis is represented as horizontal, y-axis is represented as vertical. Okay, on the right hand side of x-axis you will find all the positive values, whereas on the left hand side of x-axis you will find all the negative values that we have already discussed. Okay, in the same way the vertical axis you can see that represents y-axis. Correct? So on the top of 0, all the values has got positive. They are all positive values. And the down part of y-axis, it has got all negative values. Is it okay? Now, whenever we represent the coordinate, so before that you should know what is coordinate. Let us see. From x-axis we have taken 2. Okay. And from y-axis we have taken 4. Understood? So where these 2 and 4 join or intersect, correct? This point we call it as coordinate. So we can name it A. So we can call it as coordinate. So how can we represent the value? So always you remember, first value we are representing of x-axis and the second we are representing of y-axis. Suppose if I write the value of this A, coordinate A, so it starts from x-axis with the value of 2. So here we can write 2. Then put one comma. Then we are writing the value of y-axis, that is 4. So you write here 4. Correct? So the coordinate A has got two values. The first value should be always of x-axis and the next value what we have written should be always of y-axis. You understood? My example here. Suppose 3 and 5. So both has been coordinated at the point B. Correct? So B is what? B is known as coordinate. B is known as what? Coordinate. So it has got two values. So what are the two values? Always you remember. First value should be from x. So what is the value of x here? 5. So you write here 5. Correct? Then you have to represent the value of y. What is that is given here? -3. So you write here -3. Correct? So point B is the coordinate of 5 and -3. So from point 5 represent x-axis and 3 represent y-axis. And that is the procedure that you have to follow. Always the first value should be of x-axis and the second value should be of y-axis. So children, I hope you understood these points. Suppose I extend 3 till 5. Correct? Then from 5 I joined it here. So the point where it joined, we can name it. Let it be C. So what is C? C is the coordinate. We can call it C as coordinate. Now you look this figure, figure 3.8. C is the coordinate, correct? Now the distance of point C, the distance of point C from y-axis, the distance of point C from y-axis is given 3 units. So it is known as abscissa. We call it as what? Abscissa. ABSCISSA. It is known as abscissa. And the value of this abscissa is 3. In the same way, the distance of point C from x-axis. You understood? The distance of point C from x-axis, we call it as ordinate. Ordinate. Correct? And the value of this ordinate is 5. So here we can write 5. So 5 is what? 5 is ordinate and 3 is abscissa. Is it okay? So once again you hear the distance of point C from y-axis. This is y-axis, correct? This is y-axis. So the distance of point C from y-axis is 3 unit. Understood? So that we call it as abscissa. And the distance of point C or the coordinate C from x-axis. You understood? The distance of coordinate C from x-axis is known as ordinate. We call it as ordinate. And the value is how much? 5. The Cartesian plane has been divided into 4 parts. And each part is known as quadrant. Correct? Each part is known as quadrant. So, on the top right hand side it has got quadrant 1. Correct? On the top left hand side it has got quadrant 2. Correct? You come down. On the bottom left hand side it has got quadrant 3. And down part right hand side it has got quadrant 4. So you remember, in a Cartesian plane it has got 4 different quadrants. So student, as you know, a Cartesian plane is divided into 4 parts. Each part is known as quadrant. Correct? So quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now here from O to X it will be of positive values. So here you will find all the positive values. Correct? And O to X dash, okay, O to X dash, it has got all negative values. Correct? Then O to Y, it will have all positive value. And O to Y dash, it will have all negative value. Correct? So in quadrant 1 you will find, since X is having all positive, so here we can write in the place of X as positive. And O to Y has got all positive value. So here also you can write what? Positive. That means quadrant 1 has got X positive as well as Y all positive. Now let us say quadrant 2. In quadrant 2 you see the value of O X dash. Correct? O to X dash. So here you will find all negative. But O to Y, it has got all positive. So since we know that first will be for the value of X, that is negative. Then you write the value of Y, that is of positive. That means in quadrant 2 it has got negative sign with positive sign. Correct? Let us say quadrant 3. In 3 you will find O to X, it has got all negative values. You can see na, negative values. And O to Y dash, it has got all negative. So X is also having a negative value, Y is also a negative value. So quadrant 3 has got minus minus. So first minus is for X axis and second one is for Y axis. Let's say quadrant 4. Here you will find O to X has got all positive value. Correct? And O to Y dash has got negative value. Since X has got positive, so you can write plus. And O to Y dash has got negative, so you can write here minus. Is it okay?